Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today, let's talk. A major change is coming for Carol. Recently, I was thinking about what are the main purpose of the wolves in the TV show. Because the wolves were called the scavengers in the comic, and their main purpose was two things. The major one was bringing in No Way Out, because the gunfire from the scavengers is what brought in the walkers. And the second thing basically was to hand over leadership from Douglas, the leader then, to Rick. When the scavengers came, essentially Rick put a shooter in the tower, and then at that point, Douglas was like, listen, they need you, Rick. They don't need me. And it was similar to what Deanna said to Rick outside when she was attacked by that walker. So then it got me thinking, well, what is the purpose of the wolves? Because the TV show does flesh out things a lot deeper in some aspects and a lot different in other aspects. So the one glaring thing was Carol, obviously, because you get the wolves, and they interact with Morgan and Carol the most. Not only just Morgan and Carol, but also Morgan and Carol themselves interact the most. And it has bred a lot of questions or speculation on whether or not they'll get together. Now, that's an unfortunate byproduct of the fandom. Every time two characters of a different sex are on the screen together or share a little bit of the story together, they're automatically going to hook up. It happened to Daryl and Beth, and it happens to da-da-da-da-da. Everyone gets it now. So, at first, I didn't pay any attention to it, and that could still be a possibility. We're not going to go into the relationship stuff. But I was looking at what recently happened where the wolf had a change. Now, Carol's seen it, and Carol's been going through some difficult shit. Now, Morgan did tell Carol, because Carol was like, you didn't keep him alive for us. You kept him alive for you. And she said, you should have killed... And then she stopped talking, and she gave that look as if she thought about something, and I can't quite put my finger on it, but it felt as if she felt wrong in that. But then she switches it around and says, you know what, I should have killed you. I just should have killed you. And he says, you can't. And a lot of people I talked to took that as in he's saying, you physically can't, you're weak, I can kick your ass. But I didn't take it that way. I thought he meant, she can't bring herself to kill him, meaning she's not a cold-hearted killer. She kills out of necessity, you know what I mean? Sometimes it goes pretty far, and she's always shown emotions, with death, even having to kill, with the whole Tyrese thing, showing emotions there, basically offering her own life as a sacrifice. With Lizzie, every time, she's not this crazed killer. But I found it very interesting how the wolves' story appears to be molding this new major change for Carol. And then early in the season even, we seen Carol as what? Dressed up as a wolf. She was in a wolf's disguise. Not only is this story directly changing Carol, because listen, it's not over. They've been doing this, a change is coming in Carol foreshadowing and story building since episode 2. Yeah, episode 2. Damn. It's already episode 9. They're not going to forget about it. So I just think there's a potential there that I need to go back and look at, because her being in the wolf's clothing, her being one of the wolves sneaking around taking out the other wolves, and this story impacting her, there's got to be some huge symbolism there. I just thought of right now on camera. So and I really want to get this discussion going, so maybe we'll talk about it in the comments section. But yeah, I do believe there is some major change coming. And what else is important? Not only did Morgan get a redemption, so to speak, on the show in Carol's eyes, even though she doesn't want to admit it just yet, or at least that's how it feels, but Morgan's redemption for the fans might come through Carol. If Morgan changes Carol in a way that pulls at the fans' heartstrings or gets the fans' sympathy or understanding. Before I wasn't as interested what they're doing with Morgan's story, but now I am, because it appears that it's going to create a major change in Carol, maybe even a minor one. But it's there. Something is there. They are definitely building on it. If they just abandoned that, I would be pretty shocked. So I'm going to take another look at it, maybe let another episode or 2 play out, see where Carol's going here, maybe even 3 or 4, because the episodes The next one's going to focus pretty much on like Rick and Daryl, so we might have to let a couple episodes go, but I'm going to take another good hard look at Carol and where she's at emotionally, where she's at in the show, and what they have been building up so far, and see if I can come up with something. Until then, I am very curious for your input to help add to what I'm going to talk about, probably coming in the next 3 weeks, depending on how much Carol they give us. And even if there's stuff I'm definitely missing. Now, I'm not talking about each little incident where she was second guessed herself, or she started crying here on the porch, or like, we understand all that. All that is building, in my opinion, to a possible major change in that character. They're building that so damn much. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. There's no way they're going to turn around and not cover this in a big way. So now it got my head thinking. That's why I want to sit there and be like, wait a minute, hold on, you got to shut up and just start thinking. But I'm going to let you guys go because I don't want to hold you up, because I keep daydreaming now about this, because I'm actually very, very excited what they're doing with Morgan, because of how it's, changing Carol in that way, or it appears they're going to. So I'm really excited about this. So I'm going to go and I'm going to let you guys get to the next video. But also, keep an eye out for Carol and Morgan and how this is going to play out, because any moment now, I believe we're going to see something start to shift. So keep an eye out for that, and in the meantime, give me your thoughts and opinions about this topic. How do you think this is going to play out? What major change is going to come? And do you think we are going to start seeing a different type of Carol coming up? A more compassionate, a less rugged on the exterior, a less untrustworthy. Not meaning Carol's untrustworthy, but which some people probably say maybe. But she is always thinking everyone else can't be trusted. We need to lie. We need to hide it. We need to look at how she was talking to Rick and trying to mentor him into, not mentor, but give her opinion on what they should do at Alexandria. And Rick went the truth route. He gave him the straight truth. And she's like, listen, lie about it. So there's a change coming. But what do you think that change is, and how do you think it's going to play out? Yeah, put that down in that comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Subscribe now.